Hey guys, so I've been watching a couple of videos online recently. They're about people not being able to communicate very well and feeling like they're becoming very lonely in life, unable to sort of have relationships with others and sort of build those kind of things up. So basically I was in that position many years ago before I did acting, before I did marketing, things like that. So when it comes down to it, it can be really hard to break out of this kind of thing, and I do understand. For many years I was unable to deal with people, all through my primary school, all through my secondary school. Most of the people that I know will agree with me that I wasn't very social back then. I was just not able to communicate with other people very well. And I've had to build those skills over time. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips today. Hopefully they'll help. So first of all, go on walks. That's the most valuable thing. So when you go on a walk, the most important thing to do is make sure you're just walking around town. Now, you may see a lot of people out there that you recognise. So first thing, make eye contact. If someone makes eye contact back, smile and wave. It's very, very simple. You just, and eventually you're going to bring it to a point where you feel comfortable saying, or they feel comfortable with saying something like, good morning, or lovely day, isn't it? Sometimes questions can be a little bit scary at first, but you'll get to you get to be able to answer it, because the important thing is you are going somewhere, they're going somewhere. You have no real reason to stand there and have a conversation with somebody. They understand that you're going somewhere, you understand that they're going somewhere, so everything that happens between you in that split second is just a pleasantry. It's just a friendly sort of meeting. And it is hard getting to talk to people, but you can also gain this skill from going to your local shop. Some of the people that I really get along with the most are actually people who work in my local shops. I get to know them really, really well. So I go in, I say good morning to the person. It's like, I joke about things, shifts, things like that, and I say when I'm leaving, have a nice shift, because they're at work, But you can say good morning to them, ask them how they are. They'll talk to you a little bit. The thing is, they're moving you through the queue. As soon as their job's done, you're gone. You're part and parcel of the processing machine. So they've got their thing to do, you've got your thing to do, but you can practice communicating with someone who works at a shop. And most people who work at shops are really friendly people. They've got this kind of knack for communication. And once you start getting to the point where you can communicate with somebody, it becomes so much more easy. Now, then you're starting to think to a point where, okay, how can I get to communicate more with people? Maybe I want to develop the skills to ask somebody out or something like that. Now, my recommendation is to go to your local pub. What you do is you pick a time when it's not really that busy, say 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You just go down there, have a Coke. You can say hi to the person behind the bar. You can say hi to other people. Just be friendly. They just want to do their thing. You do your thing. But a pleasantry. It's not hard. Eventually you'll get to the point where people will actually try and have a conversation with you. But by that point, you're actually going to find it a lot easier, because these are people that you know. They're a face you recognize. It's not like talking to a complete stranger. And when it comes down to actually the process of communication, it's something that will flow naturally, because human beings, we are social animals, and sometimes you just need to pull the social out of it. Now, when it comes to meeting people online, very, very important. First of all, if you're a lot younger, like say you're in your teens, I wouldn't recommend doing this. If you feel you absolutely must meet somebody online, make sure you meet them in a public place, like where you're surrounded, a place that is familiar to you. So let's say you're going to meet up with someone that you've met, say on something like Tinder, and you never know who this person is. They might seem really friendly, but the reason most people go on these platforms is because they're not very good with social interaction. So what you've got to do is you've got to meet them in a public place where you've got plenty of people around you. Sure, they're doing their thing, but you're much safer, because someone's less likely to do something horrendous if you have got people around you. So you can get to know somebody and figure out whether or not you actually like them or not. But I would generally advise against meeting people online. It's much better to do things that are social. So, for example, I remember when I was watching one of Asmongold's videos. He's actually, despite the fact that he doesn't want a girlfriend, he is actually quite smart when it comes to things. He says, well, if I want to get a girlfriend, I'll go down to a crystal shop and, somewhere where you've got people who are doing things which they're not necessarily interacting in a way where they are looking for actively looking for a relationship, but it's a place where girls go. And he said it's the same when it comes to being a girl. He says just go down to your local Warhammer shop and get into a conversation with somebody. And I think, well, that's a little bit weird, but it's like if you've got someone who goes into your local Warhammer shop and it's like there's a girl and she's like, hey, I see that you play Necrons, and it's like, yes, my Necrons are secretly Skaven. It's you can start having these beautiful conversations with people. And because you're dealing with people who are of a different gender, and you can get to know them, maybe become friends. And the thing is, a lot of the time, people have got other friends as well, and if you eventually end up going out to a social function, you may end up finding someone that you like and that you get along with and that you could potentially date. But you shouldn't really be thinking about this kind of stuff until your life's in order, you've got everything under control, because the worst thing is ending up in a situation where someone feels they need to fix you because you're broken, which is really, really dangerous and damaging. So when it comes down to it, loneliness is something that you can overcome, and you can overcome it simply by making eye contact and waving with people. Because you're going on a walk and you do it regularly, you're going to be in better shape, it's going to make you feel good. So you can actually look out for your own physical health at the same time, and it will make you feel better about yourself. It will build your confidence up and you'll feel great. So it's one of those things of, if you are happy, you've got your life in order, everything's under control. I'll make some videos on stuff like this, like how to sort this kind of thing out, because it's only been the past couple of years that I've actually had my life in some sort of order, although there is a little bit jankiness in the middle. But it's only when you get to these points when you're like really, really in control of your life that you can really think about a relationship, because you don't want someone to complete you. You want to be a completed product and meet someone who's a completed product, because at that point you can then start to work together and become happy together. Because the worst thing is a situation where you have someone constantly relying on you, relying you to do loads and loads of different things, and you relying on somebody else, because what if that falls apart? That's a foundation that's built on sand. However, if you've got two people who've got their lives in order, everything's a lot more simple. It's a lot easier to keep that relationship and say, okay, well, we both got our lives in order. We don't have our stresses because we understand our bills, we understand our finances, we understand everything. So it's not like somebody having to sort out everyone else's problems. Sure, help your partner when they've got problems, that's fine, that's normal. But if it's a situation where you've got someone constantly relying on you for advice, for work, and for everything else, it becomes a situation where it's toxic. And a lot of people talk about toxic relationships online. But anyway, basically just follow the basic steps of going out, saying hi to people, waving at people, making eye contact, smiling. Try and talk to people just in passing. Lovely day, isn't it? Oh, I don't like this weather. Why is it always raining? If you're standing at a bus stop, it's like, you can always talk to people at the bus stop. I've made loads of friends at the bus stop. I mean, let's say you're out of school. Let's say you see one of your worst enemies. I've seen several of my enemies out of school. And the first thing I do is I say, hey, how you doing? See someone in a shop, how's it going? What you been up to? I've made friends with most of the people I used to get into fights with, argue with, and the main reason I've done it is because I've been friendly. Nobody wants to react negatively to someone who's really friendly and enthusiastic to see you. Everybody's got stuff going on in their life, and it feels nice when someone goes up to you and they're friendly. And even if it's just saying hi, it's like they might not want anything to do with you, but it's very, very hard for them to not say hi back to you and be friendly. I mean, it's like a lot of the people, there were some people at school, literally, I felt like we wanted to kill each other, and it's like, now we're friends. I've helped some of their companies. I've helped them build and grow. We get along great now. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's not to the point where I go and spend time. It's like with them and the family, and we're all sitting there like it's King of the Hill. It's not like that, no, but it's got to the point where we get along, and that's a really, really important thing, because I tell you something, coming out of school, you don't want enemies. You want to try and remove as many enemies from your life as possible, and I don't mean like put them 6 feet under. What I mean is you want to just be friendly and pleasant and nice to people all the time, and if you've got that kind of thing going, it takes a lot of internal strength to actually be able to say, be friendly with someone. But let's say you're in a place you're comfortable. It's like you've got to know your local pub. You've got to know your shops. And you see someone. Everybody around there knows you. You're surrounded by people who think, hey, this guy's great. There's no way in hell someone's going to pick a fight with you in that store. It's not going to happen. But the thing is, later on, it's like you can become friends. I've had people literally add me on platforms like Facebook because I've just been friendly to them after school. It's like everyone's in their own like isolated shell most of the time. It's like we don't always spend our lives in social functions with everybody else. That's exhausting. But it's like if you just work at it, it's a skill that has to be worked at, and it's a skill that has to be learned. And the most important thing when you're starting to build up your confidence is just realize that everybody has got things that are wrong with them. Everybody has got things that make it so they feel down at times or unable to communicate. It's just a natural part of being human. Anyway, I'm starting to witter at this point. My recommendations to sort of finalise everything are go out on walks, make eye contact, wave, smile, say hello. Just get to know your local roots. Start talking to your local shopkeepers. You can have a bit of a joke with them. It's like sometimes they'll say, "Are you all right?" and then you say, "No," and they're like, "Look at you concerned," and you say, "I'm half left." And once you've got that kind of thing going, it will help build your confidence. It's like coming into a place with a little bit of a joke or something. Just say to yourself, "Okay, today I'm going to try this." Just work on building it, and in no time, it makes it very, very easy to sort of communicate with people and to get over your inability to communicate. Now, when I was a lot younger, so I was unable to talk to people. I had to when I went out of the house, I literally had to have something in my pocket that I'd hold on to. So I'd hold on to my keys really tightly. I'd hold on to like a pen really tightly or things like that. I felt much more comfortable sort of touching walls and doing things like that. I have a weird sort of psychological problem, or had, where I didn't like people looking at my back, like the back of my head, mainly because I had been in a lot of situations where people had hurt me. So I was very, very paranoid about people being behind me, things like that. So it's like these kind of things are never very good, and I had to build this up over time. And when I was starting to do drama and learning like different lines, learning Shakespeare and having to work with people, it's like it's much easier to do things like that. And you can join local clubs, you can get to know people. You want to get to know people, that's the best way to do it. It's like I met so many brilliant people just by joining a local filmmaking group years ago. Sure, that ended in sadly, and we now have a stupid film festival thing, which is rubbish in comparison. But it's like there are so many ways that you can get to know people. It's like let's say you like chess. Look for local chess clubs. You'll go there, you'll meet people, you play a couple of games. If you like pool, go and play pool. You know, it's like if you've got like a group of people, if you've got a group of people who are playing pool and it's like they've only got one table, it's like invite a couple of them over to like play a game with you or something like that. I've been in that situation before. It's actually quite easy, you know. The thing is, you just get to the point, because the thing is, when it comes to something like pool, it's like someone's beating you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's great because you've got an interaction with someone else. You've got other people watching you, and people think, hey, this person's okay. It's really, really simple. Over time, you just got to get to a point where you're able to communicate with other people. And it will make life so much easier, and hopefully that will help when it comes to loneliness. Anyway, I've waffled for long enough. You have a lovely day. Take care.